Okay, we are live. Welcome back to Tribal Council Mahe-Ya. There are 6 of you remaining here in the game, soon to be 5. Oliver, congratulations on winning immunity. How does it feel?
Oh my god, it feels so good. Like, love everyone, but no shade, it feels so good.
Especially with what's been going on with you at the previous tribal councils. Safety couldn't have come at a better time, in your opinion. Do you agree?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've done nothing in these last 2 Yeah, no, for literally sure. Because obviously, like, just with the stuff that has been happening, like, it just feels nice to have a little bit of safety, even if it is just for 1 round.
Had you not won, what do you feel your position would be like right now?
I mean, okay, so this is my perspective, but I do feel like I would have obviously been fighting to stay in, because of what people have said and how people have perceived me. Obviously, I do feel like my name would have been thrown out, would have been considered, and obviously there could have been a very high chance I could have gone home. But again, this is obviously just my perception. We don't know if the reality would have been the case, but from how I felt, it could have.
What is this vote about tonight for you?
For me, we're at the end game, so I want to solidify getting to the end with the people that I feel like will get to the end with me and who I feel like will have my back.
Let's talk to Grace.
Hi.
Grace, look around you real quick. There ain't no blue
I know
blood
what
next.
you're about to say to me.
What am I about to say?
I am the only legit person that's sitting right here right now.
You are the last of the blue blood. How vulnerable are you feeling tonight?
Oh, I am going to go ahead and say it because there's all honesty here. I know I'm getting votes tonight. I know that my name is out there, and that's like not only because I think other people have agendas of let's pagong and let's do that, and I think they have that agenda. I mean, if it benefits their game, then so be it. But honestly, and then also what happened last round, we saw what happened with that. And that ended up going out of proportion. I think that puts an even bigger target on my back at this point in the game. But yeah, literally, I know I'm getting votes, and I'm terrified. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm terrified. I know I'm getting votes, but I don't know what's gonna happen with it. So,
what have you done strategically, socially, to try to prevent the pagonging? The full pagonging lies in whether you stay or you go tonight. And what have you done to try to stop it?
To possible people who I could see potentially keeping me, I made even though if it wasn't like extreme heavy conversation, because I slept late as hell today, and then I had this orientation to do, I tried to do what I could, and I tried to get some sense out of it, but like, look, please, and I could say this pitch out loud. Basically, what I was thinking was that if this is a pagonging and I'm the last person who's going to be last Ladigue and joining the jury, Ladigue literally is going to be sitting with the majority in that jury, and I made it, and I don't care. I'm gonna make it public. If I am chosen to be pagong tonight, I will keep that in mind, and that is going to affect my jury vote for who I will be voting for at the end of the game, because that's just gonna affect my vote.
Do you feel like you have people on Praslin who should have your back tonight?
Yes, I definitely, like, I like I said, I've made my rounds, and literally anything that I have said, I have been for reasons for me staying. I have actually been very genuine with those reasons, and I really, really hope that it can stick and everything can work out with it.
If not you tonight, who? Who are you pushing for?
I am pushing for, whoever is not going to, who I know is not going to benefit my game moving forward. And based on from what I've been listening to, that's where I'm going to have my vote. Basically, who's not going to benefit me.
Thank you, Grace. Best of luck tonight. Ali.
Thank you.
Michael.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
Not good.
Feeling nervous? Another tribal council?
Huh?
It's another tribal council. One step closer. Is it getting harder and harder? More paranoia, more difficult to make these decisions as the game?
Yeah, because, you know, we started with 16 people and we're down to 6. It's like you've really got to get to know these people after like I don't know how many weeks this has been going on, but you really start to form connections
over a month.
And it just it feels like it starts to become personal at a point, and it just feels icky to just about put anyone's name. Like it's hard to put anyone's name just because you get so close to everyone.
Is it hard to like reconcile joining this game with intentions of doing well and winning at all costs as being a sole survivor to actually being in the thick of it, building these relationships for a month? How do you balance both of them? How do you figure out what takes precedence at this point? Friendship and feeling bad, or your initial intention?
I think everyone starts with the intention like, I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna lie. Blah 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 blah. Like I'm gonna outlast. And I think your emotions like really just start to take over, because although we're not necessarily on a real island, and you know we have lives outside of this, it still is a pressure cooker, and you're still all in this experience together. And it just gets I think me personally, like my emotions start to take over rather than like logic. I don't know.
Oliver, you have a comment based off that?
Yeah, I just want to echo something that Michael just said there, because I do think emotions do become a big part in this game, like because I feel like people that don't play orgs, they don't understand the emotion that goes into these games, because it's like even though we'll meet each other in person possibly, we still make these genuine connections, and like we build friendships with like every single person. So for me, like it was just because he said something like that, and I've always had a thing where my family and my friends don't really get this, but it's kind of like Michael's kind of just very eloquently explained that like we do build friendships, and like we are going to be friends like after this. Like we're not just random people off the internet that we'll never meet. It's like these are people that we've made genuine friendships with. Sorry, I just wanted to say that because it made me happy.
Echoing sentiments. This is, although it's a game and you all enter, sort of like the last question, you all enter with your own motivations and your own strategies. You can't deny, unless like, you know, you just completely shut off all those emotions in a sort of sociopathic kind of way. You can't deny that you're going to build relationships in this game. Like you guys talk every day. Some of you guys can at least a couple times a week. And honestly, that's probably more time than you spend with a lot of other people in your life, right?
Well, especially with quarantine going on and everything, like me personally, I can speak for probably Dave as well. Like it's lockdown here, you know, like things aren't as open and everything. So it's like, I haven't seen like all of my friends, you know, it's Oliver as well. And Amanda, I'm sure, like I haven't had like my genuine close group of friends that I, you know, always go out with and everything, with me in person. So like having my world, in a sense, my quarantine world has become these people in this, over the computer.
How much of tonight's vote, Michael, is following or playing with those emotional bonds, catering to them, or is this more like the strategic switch has to be lifted? This is a purely strategic vote.
I don't know. Like, I can't speak for everyone because I don't know everyone's relationships. For some, it may be strategic. For some, it may be personal. Like, some people, like, just don't get along with each other. Like, and that's just a fact. You're not going to get along with everyone, and you're not going to like everyone. So, I can't. I don't think there's a right answer for that, but I also don't think there's a wrong answer. I think there's multiple answers, and multiple things can be correct at the same time.
Best of luck tonight, Michael. Thank you. Courtney.
Hi.
How are you? Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Not wearing the immunity necklace tonight. Couldn't get that third win in a row, although you were very close. Do you feel a heightened sense of vulnerability tonight because it's been a while since you weren't immune?
I just still stand by what I've always said every round since I got my first ever immunity. The fact that I've won any immunities in a game at all is so extremely surreal. I've never played a game banking on the safety of an immunity because I wasn't aware that I was capable of winning one. So it's never factored into my plans. I just, hope that I can trust the people I can trust. I think I can. So I am vulnerable, but having an immunity never was really like a, ooh, I'm not vulnerable right now situation. It was just like this is weird. I can't believe this happened. So
seeing Dave and Amanda as part of the jury here tonight, does it reinforce the fact that, oh wow, we're playing and these people are watching and these people are going to dictate who wins this game? Does it affect you at all in terms of just like what runs through your mind, just seeing their faces here, their names here? Does it affect you in a way that you're playing not to impress them, but everything you do from here on out is being analyzed more so than it was at the tribal phase and stuff?
So you mean like how I behave during tribal council because I'm being watched?
Just knowing, seeing Dave's face and Amanda here, does it affect you in any way? It could be, that does it affect you knowing that the jury is growing and every round of the jury will grow and then the power is less in your hands and more in their hands? Does the growing jury affect you at all in any way in this game?
I mean, I definitely think in a game like this, something that I've tried to do as much as possible is try to be honest with people, particularly if I'm writing their name down, just because in a game without idols, there's no reason to lie to people. So I guess that's really the only thing I can say is that I have thought about that round to round of like, even though it's a tough conversation and it's an awkward conversation, like you don't have to, you should treat people well, and like letting them stew in anxiety and like things like that isn't the kindest way to handle things if it's unnecessary. So I usually have told somebody if I am going to write down their name. So I guess that's something that has come into consideration just from the standpoint that why upset the jury, like the people who do end up on the jury, more by unnecessarily like mistreating them because I know that when, you're on the block, like I've been voted out many a time. This isn't my first game. And I know that the anxiety of like what's going to happen, especially if you feel like your name is out there, is really stressful. And in most games there's idols and you just can't take that risk. But since there isn't, it just seems almost mean to like not at least even though it's sad and it's hard, like to not give them like that clarity so they don't just have to sit here during all of this too live on Facebook, not knowing what's happening, but thinking it might be them. Like, I'm rambling. Can we let me out of my misery?
Yeah, of course. Last question. What, at this point in the game, are you going to base your vote on? You got a bunch of Praslin remaining. You got one Ladigue. How do you make this decision, Court?
It's just based on what feels like it's best for my game. So
Thank you. Best of luck tonight, Courtney. Ali.
Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I'm driving.
No, you're good. You're good. We're playing tag here, or chase. So I wanted to ask you a question second, right after Oliver spoke, and he said something about, voting tonight that's going to help him out in the future with the people that he trusts. If you were around, or now that you know, like a summary of what he said, does that make you nervous? If he's basing his votes tonight on trust and who he feels comfortable with in the future, as seen in the past, you guys are not always on the up and up. So how are you feeling?
Well, to be honest to you guys, like, I did not hear any of what he said, honestly. I was figuring out my audio situation. But so basically Oliver and the tribal council gave a summary of like this vote off will be out someone that he's against. Is that correct?
Oliver, I don't want to misspeak for you.
Yeah, what did he say, Oliver?
Oh god, I can't even remember now. That was ages ago.
Yeah. If there was something along the lines of like just voting based on trust and who you feel comfortable with moving forward type of thing.
Yeah, basically who I feel like would benefit me, and obviously who would help me get to the end, and vice versa. And
Thank
just
you,
to
Oliver.
clarify, I said that me and him were besties, so.
So yeah,
Okay,
so now that you heard it from his mouth, does that concern you? If you don't benefit his game, it could be you tonight.
Well, I'm not voting for Oliver tonight, so you better not vote for me.
Well, you can't vote for him because he has immunity.
It is concerning to a bit because like me and Oliver fought. He threw some F-bombs my way. But like me and Oliver, we fight and then we like talk it out, right? So I think for this round at least that me and Oliver will hopefully vote the same way. And yeah, maybe next round we'll go after each other. But for this round, we talked about it and we promised each other that like, hey, like there's no reason for us to go after each other. But do I still think he's a little bit with it? Yeah. But
So you're saying that you guys made like a 1-round deal, that you guys wouldn't touch each other at 6, is what I'm hearing.
Exactly.
Okay. Would you be shocked if he went back on his word now that he's safe?
No, because he's a snake. But last tribal council, he voted for me and I had no idea. I was legit shook. My cheeks were red. So like going back to Courtney's point, like there's no reason to lie, right? Like if Oliver had done that, if Oliver will do that to me twice, then like fuck it, you're not getting my jury vote at that point because you lied to me 2 times. Shame on you. 1 time, shame on me because I didn't lie the first time. But shame on you the second time for voting for me again without letting me know at least. But yeah, there's no reason to lie to me. If you are, just let me know. That's what I'm gonna say.
How are you feeling about your chances of surviving the night?
I think I've done enough work that I made good connections with Oliver. Even I feel as if I'll be fine tonight. I'm just being honest with you. Like I felt as if like I'm getting more active and I'm going on more calls. Like yeah, so I feel I'm good tonight. But you know, I felt good last night too. Last time too. So I feel decent tonight because I put in the work with Oliver, with these connections, you know. So I trust my allies and yeah, I feel good.
All right, we shall see pretty soon. Best of luck, Ali. Kira.
Oh, go ahead.
No, do you have something to say?
I was like, Grace, I missed your call. We didn't call today. Next time.
I got stuck in my orientation for like an hour and a half. That's what happened. I didn't think it was
iSurv1vor is less important than your orientation.
Okay, we have Kira here. Kira, I wasn't sure if you'd be able to give me a thumbs up if you can answer a question quickly. I know that you were busy. Okay, perfect. Kira.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm nervous as usual.
Why? Just because it's tribal?
Yeah, because it's tribal, and I've heard my name thrown out as well. So I don't know if this is the vote that finally kicks me out of the game after a million votes voted against me. So I don't know what's going on, but
So you've heard your name.
I hope I say.
Yes?
Yes.
So if your name's up here, whose name do you throw out? What pitch do you make to these people to not go with the Kira vote?
My pitch was that like we got to know each other longer because we were all on President and we all had like that ability to make those bonds earlier. So I hope that weighs into their decision.
Do you think that Ali said that he feels comfortable with the relationships and the conversations that he's had. Do you follow that same sentiment? Do you think that since Amanda was voted out, the time in between that you've done enough to not be the one going tonight?
I don't know if I could say with confidence I did enough, but I definitely tried to speak to as many people as I could before the concert. So
okay,
it is what it is.
Kira, and lastly, why are you deciding to vote the way you are tonight?
I mean, I feel like yet again my back is against the wall, and it's hopefully what majority wants, but I don't know if the majority might be me today, so I'm a little bit worried.
Okay. Does anybody have anything they would like to unmute and take the floor and say to the rest of the tribe? This is your last opportunity. If you're feeling vulnerable, I suggest you take this moment. You might be able to convince somebody.
I just want to say, I've said what I said, and I know I'm getting voted. I know I'm getting voted. Like, I know damn and well that I am. And I really hope that some of you can consider keeping me here. 'Cause remember, if you send me out, that's going to be 4 legit people sitting on that jury. I'm just wanting to point that out.
All right, Grace, thank you. Anybody else? All right. Oliver, Michael, Grace, Ali, Kira, Courtney. It is now time to vote. You know the drill. Make your way to your Discord PMs. Send me the name of the person you want to see written on parchment. I will go tally the votes. I'm going to mute, hop off camera. I will be right back.
Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately.
I'll read the votes. First vote. Grace. That's 1 vote for Grace. Next vote. Kira. That's 1 for Kira, 1 for Grace. Grace. That's 2 votes Grace, 1 vote for Kira. Next vote. Kira. We are tied. 2 votes Kira, 2 votes Grace, 2 votes left. Kira. It's 3 votes Kira, 2 votes Grace. Last vote. The 11th person voted out of iSurv1vor Seychelles, 4th member of our jury. Kira, I want to thank you so much for playing iSurv1vor. You managed a couple games at once, and as each round progressed,
It's been fun.
You really did. You have some game, girl. But unfortunately,
Yeah.
the tribe has spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Any final words?
Oh, I just want to wish you all
No
good
audio.
luck.
We're at the home stretch. One of you are going to take the crown. Better hope it's you, and make sure it's you, rather. You guys have a great night.